Good day, all. I thought to grab my camera because we currently are getting the flats. The tide is out, and you can see much of the bay is exposed. Algernon is down there. It's funny to see his whole flat rock completely out of the sea. Spitting rock also. Of course, on the outer ridge there, that never completely dries out because that's dredged, so boats can get in and out of this smaller inner harbor. But it is a good time to go and put your wellies on and do a bit of playing in the mud flats. So I'll probably just slip this somewhere into this week's video. It's a lovely, warm autumn day. Algernon has some competition today. Some other gulls and terns are out. Most of the leaves of the bittersweet are gone, so now the gorgeous orange berries are showing. And you can see more leaf color showing up across the way. I have to run into the village for a few errands, so I thought maybe I'd stop at the local charity shop and maybe stop and get a coffee. So maybe I'll make that this week's video. So let's head off. One, two, three. So here we are in the village, and I'm stopping at our local charity shop, the Cape Cod Thrift Shop. I think I took you here once before when they used to be in West Barnstable, but then they lost their lease on that old house, and last year they luckily moved to Sandwich Village. So you can tell we're still in autumn, but I'm in that Christmas shopping mood. So let's go inside and see what treasures we can find. Now this is a charity shop or a thrift shop, so it's some antiques, but also some more like, not so precious things. Although I do like this nativity set in white. This little case as you first walk in often has things that are a little bit more dear. They cost a bit more. So, that's a pretty necklace. I kind of want to see the price of this teapot. I have to kind of look up under here. Oh yes, it's a Staffordshire. It's $1.15. So things that are a bit more precious are often in this little front case. But then of course they have all sorts of things that are the sorts of things you'd find at like a charity bazaar or a church basement sale or a garage sale or a tag sale. So that's a lovely Chinese piece though. But yes, usually the more expensive things are kept in this little case, and everything here is it's all for the charity, the cancer charity, and everything here is donated from locals, and of course it's all run by darling locals who volunteer their time. You can often find lovely bits of jewelry in here as well. It's a lovely ring at really great prices. Of course it's costume jewelry, but really nice things. I've got lovely gifts for people. It's a great place to get stocking stuffers or housewarming gifts, things like that. So I'll try to go as slow as I can, but I just wanted to have a little browse as I'm getting in that Christmas shopping spirit. So I thought it'd be fun just to take you along with me. Such pretty things. Let's have a little spin around here. This is like the little markdown bin. So this is probably the most like church basement tag sale sort of prices on things, old books and puzzles, that sort of thing. This is a pretty rug, and now it's not antique, it's probably even a synthetic rug, but it's a good price, $2.25 for a 6 by 10 foot rug, and it's a lovely shade of pink or almost a mauvey pink. And this a lot of their display pieces, of course, are also for sale. This large it's not really a Welsh dresser, more of a buffet maybe, or a china cabinet. Under $200, that's a pretty good price. And of course, it's the type of thing you could paint and not feel too guilty about because it's not an antique piece. This is a bit more. I love these little pieces, but that's almost $200 for that set because it's, again, when they do have finer things, they do price them accordingly. But of course, all of the proceeds go to benefit cancer research. So one doesn't mind paying more if it's a good piece. But wouldn't this be a great piece to paint? You could do a painted, just either solid colors, or you could antique it and add some other little decorative paintings on the front. Now, of course, it is that time of year, just past Halloween, so it's a good time to look for little Christmas decorations. I'm always on the lookout for little things. I collect many different types of Christmas decorations. I have a tree I do animals on. I have a blue and white Christmas tree. Some years I change up the theme, so if I find something that I like, I'll often get it and then just kind of keep it with stored away in the sail loft at home in the boathouse. Let's go into this room and see what treasures we can find. Actually, I kind of like that sofa. It's kind of pretty. It's a darling rocking chair as well. So again, as I said, this is a kind of a mixture of some nice older pieces, but also things you would find at like a yard sale or so. However, this is a beautiful oak dresser. See, this gorgeous oak dresser is only $48. I mean, even these old hardware is worth the money, and you can see it's dovetailed and everything. So isn't that gorgeous? And it opens so smoothly. It's such a good price. Now I'm looking for lamps as well. I'm always trying to find pairs. This is really a pretty set. And lamps are 50% off today of whatever they're marked as. Oh, that would be a great price. Oh no, but they have to be rewired. So if I'm going to have to do rewiring, I'm not going to bother. But I really love that pair. They're really pretty. It's lovely glass. Very kind of like 1900s, 1890s. I love this print, actually. I'm also looking for some various prints, framed prints and things. And gold frames is kind of what I'm looking for as well, and that's only $36 for that. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind. So let's keep having a little browse. It's another pair of lamps, but those are a little too 80s for me, I think. And a little pine corner cabinet. Another dresser. It's a piece of artwork. This is a sweet little basket. Let's see. Only $15. It's really adorable. Again, it doesn't look old. I mean, the latch is probably faux leather, but it's sweet how it opens. It would be a sweet little picnic basket. I was thinking more how nice it would be as a little art thing. I could put my watercolors and things and carry it down to the beach when I'm painting down there. I'm always looking for little art things such as that. So let's kind of have a look over here. There's some more lamps. Actually, looking at the, because it is Christmas time, well, it's a pretty pillow. They do have some nice mix faux greens and things, and those are always quite pricey in even the big box stores. So finding them at a shop such as this is nice. Plus, again, anything that you give to them, money-wise, does go to help cancer research. This little dresser. These are actually sweet little. These are darling things. The sort of things you take out at Christmas to set up a little village. Some simple china. Try to hold that up if anyone wants to see that. It's kind of a pretty piece. Another lamp. It's cute to see the pumpkins and the mums out the window. Even though I'm in the Christmas spirit, it's nice to see the autumnal things still out. It's kind of a pretty little Italian candelabra. Ceramic. A photograph. Looks like it's Worcester, which is Western Mass, Western from us, sort of the central of the state. But it's a lovely photograph of old Worcester. It's a little bust of a child. I do kind of like that lamp. Let's see what we have over here. And I have been looking for baskets. This is kind of a sweet little basket here. It's a good price. See, this would be cute next to the fire to hold either little bits of kindling or rolled bits of paper to start the morning fire. Cute little coffee pot or chocolate pot. Oh, Wedgwood. Oh, that's that basic Wedgwood white. And here's a whole set. Oh, Wedgwood, yes, a whole set of Wedgwood. And it's all half price. So if anyone's looking for Wedgwood in the area, come snatch that up. Again, what I like about this shop, because it is more of a charity shop, it's $120 for this. Again, nice dovetailing. But yes, it does have more of that charity shop kind of feel. I love the frame. I'm not super enthralled with this painting, but I like the frame. That's a good price for the frame. I could put my own artwork in. What other treasures do we have? See, you do see lots of little tchotchkes and little objects. Oh, that's pretty. Is that Spode? Oh, it is Spode. $10 little Spode jug or pitcher. But yeah, you'll sort of see a combination of things that you would maybe find at a tag sale or a church basement mixed in with nicer things. It's a sweet little bed warmer and a parasol. Of course, they have, again, more inexpensive jewelry. But these sort of things also are fun for costumes, fancy dress balls, or some of them are nice enough to give as hostess gifts or just as little thank yous to friends without spending too much. This little corner, we'll come back to that. That little corner has more sort of marked down things. Here's another pair of lamps. This kind of cut work, ceramic. It's rather pretty. 148. Oh, it's Lenox. It's actual china. And of course, funny little character statues. This is sort of a pretty piece of wicker. Again, it doesn't look old. It's probably 1980s, but it's a pretty piece, and it does have the cushion width. It's for $99. I think that's a fair price. And I do like the hydrangea cushions. Now, if there were a pair of those, I would be tempted, because those are pretty enough to put out on the terrace or on a porch in the summertime. Here's another little candlestick lamp. It's a good price. Plus, that would only be half price of that. I'll have to think about that one. Have a scan. Oh, here's a sweet old Victorian rocker. Oh, that isn't bad, 78. I feel like everyone has one of these rockers from Great Granny in an attic somewhere. But you know, they are lovely to have in a kitchen, in a corner, like by a wood stove where you can sit and rock or sit and knit or do your needlework. $25 for a faux tree, that's not bad. Some more china and dishes. These are sort of pretty. Those are lovely olive illustrations, but again, even just the framing and the mat for $10 a piece is really nice. You could put your own artwork in if you didn't like what was in there. Oh, I like this. I have the Sierra Clip. The sugar and creamer this is a cute little set. Let's see if it has the mark. It does. Sitka clay. It's really pretty. Lots and lots of teacups. If you want to have a mix and match collection of teacups, which we often do for our little tea parties. Oh, just Japan. I thought it was older, but that's probably just post-World War II Japan production. Lots of glass. I do like to show the view, especially this time of the year. You can see over the marsh into the village proper. You can see the houses, and you can just get a glimpse of one of the churches, steeple. Very New England. Wetlands, autumnal colors, and a New England church steeple. It's another little painting. More glassware. There's a lamp. Not really my style. And they do have DVDs, books, that type of thing. Again, very reminiscent of a church bazaar or a tag sale. But I like that because it's, sometimes you're not just looking for higher end antiques. You want to just have a little browse for something fun. And all these books are only $2. Sometimes you can find something you've been looking for. Although sometimes I've even found old books that I just use the paper to do artwork on. Oh, these are sweet. This would be such a sweet little setup for a Christmas village. And they are English. They have little marks on the bottom. 12 a piece. Aren't those sweet? That would be such a cute little collection to do a Christmas village. How adorable. Those are sweet. That really would. And of course the Hummel's always available in tag sales. It's another piece of furniture. See that little bookshelf? Again, it's not old or anything, but $20 for a bookshelf and yet it's actually made of wood, unlike an IKEA piece. And of course you could paint it and not feel too guilty. This is pretty. I have been looking, this is 85, I have been looking for a gate leg table. Drop leaf gate leg table. I found one at the Marion Antiques for only $55, and that really was a good price, but the size wasn't quite right, so I may have to measure that, and when I get home, measure the space I'm looking for and see if it would work out. More collections of little odds and ends. That's some Spode Christmas. That 80s pattern from Spode is very 1980s, but it's pretty collectible. Again, more artwork where you often just buy it for the frames. However, these are sweet, these little Victorian fashion illustrations. But sometimes, again, you'll find something that's worth it just for the matting and the framing. You could just take out a piece you don't like and replace it with your own artwork. So let's stroll back through. There's just slip through people here. And this little room, they often have they set up different things in here all the time, but because it's the Christmas season, they've put basically everything that is related to Christmas in here. So I thought it would be worth my time to take a look to see if there's anything. It's a cute nutcracker. I have so many Christmas things that I don't really need anything else, but sometimes you might find a treasure. Oh no, it's just a cardboard box. I was hoping it was tin. I have some cute little red tin houses that would have actually been really cute with, except it's just a cardboard box, but a great gift box. I was hoping to find some Christmas table linens. Let's see. And again here, these type of faux greens, which actually can be quite pricey at Michael's or big box stores. Much more affordable here, and again, helping out the cancer. This is a pretty bit of tartan, $25, nice wool. That could be pretty to either put around the base of a tree or as a tablescape. Some more Christmas ornaments. Pretty stockings. This is a fun little gold set. Japanese musical tea set. It'd be sweet for children to have a little gold tea party at Christmas time for them. That would be sweet. Wonder if that might be Spode. I'm not sure. That little Christmas plate. Various Christmas books. Let's see, what's this? Christmas blessing. I'm not familiar with that, but there's some random Christmas bulbs. This is just silver plate, which is probably why it's so affordable, but I feel like those would be fun. You could use it for outdoor picnic sets or something where you're not worried about losing grandmother's good silver. Maybe have another look at the jewelry. Oh, this is a cute little carved piece of wood. Looks like it's probably Chinese. Must be old. It's 98. Yeah, it must be an older piece of wood. I love little carved bits like that out there. You can always find a spot for them, hanging them on an old beam in the ceiling or as a door over mantle, that type of thing. Pretty silver bracelets. Kind of was thinking of maybe doing some of these fun jewelries for stocking stuffers this year. So I'll have to have a look-see at those. It's pretty. Hopefully I'm not going too quickly. But I just thought I had to come into the village to do some errands, so I thought, why not stop at the charity shop and take you along? Let's have a quick little browse in here. This is very church basement garage sale in here, but how funny. Sometimes you find something really cute. This 1970s China coffee pot with a chipmunk is kind of really, really cute. But sometimes you find little treasures stuck in here. All inexpensive, but fun. Or again, you find something that you know someone collects, or some piece that someone's missing, or something that would be a sweet little housewarming gift. Like I have a friend who loves that sort of 80s country style thing. She would love a little set like that. Oh, this is pretty. This actually matches. I found some of these, this set, I think, last year at Home Goods. It's a colander that matches that set. Always makes you think of Easter time with the spring flowers. Let's see what else. Glassware, teacups. I have one little last sort of browse around. There's a big kind of a modern dining table. Maybe I'll have one more little quick look around here just to kind of show the overall look. I thought maybe I'd look for more jewelry in here. Oh, goodness. Yeah, these bracelets, oh gosh, I'm knocking everything over. These bracelets are kind of sweet, actually. They're the kind of bracelet you could definitely add charms to. Those would be such sweet little stocking stuffers. Because I feel like someone could always get cute charms, or you could buy someone a charm every year to add to it. It's kind of a sweet idea. One little last look. Do I like this picture frame? Oh, here's a picture, and oh, it's just a reproduction. 25. And one last little swoop around. I was wondering about these little wooden side tables. That's only $20. I mean, they're not antique, but they're nice pieces of pine. Look, that little table is only $18. I'm also looking for another little small side table like that for my studio, and that I could paint or get paint on and not feel bad. $18 for a solid piece of wood is quite a good deal. I have to think about that, but it's so busy in here today because of holiday shoppers that I'll just think about it, and if it's here when I come back next time, then I may consider grabbing it. Such a good price that I can always find a place for something like that. And that little corner cabinet is kind of nice. It's hard to find corner pieces like that. And again, for my studio, like, it's not a fine piece of wood, so you wouldn't mind getting some paint on it or painting it up and having fun with it, maybe gold leafing the edges or something. All right, I think we've had a fun little browse. And I'm kind of I've done my errands prior to this, so I'm kind of ready for stopping and getting a latte at one of the local coffee shops. So maybe I'll take you along for that. So let's just take one last look through here and head on over and get a lovely cup of coffee. the Snowy Owl, which is a great little cafe here in Sandwich. So I think I'm just going to hop in and get a latte. Even though I was Christmas shopping, you can see there's still some beautiful autumnal decorations out. Of course, it is only the beginning of November, but let's go in and get a coffee. Gosh, it's busy today. I do love this coffee shop. It used to be, actually used to be an old antique shop years ago, and even before that, back in I think the 70s, it used to be an old garage. I'm a car mechanic, so it's had many iterations, but I love that it's a coffee shop now, and they have delicious treats, and they also roast their own coffee here. So they have some lovely Jaws blend, of course, Seaside, and things like Brewster. They have blends named after the town. So let's grab our latte and see what we can head on home. Look how lovely. My latte with a little heart. Well, home again, jiggity jig. Not sure if you can hear Algernon Oz eating his luncheon of shellfish. Oh, and there goes the blue heron. I've talked of him before. He's the only blue heron who stays. All the other herons and the snowy egrets migrate down south. He's the only one who stays through the winters. This is third winter. But anyways, I was hoping for you to hear the sound of Algernon dropping his shells for his lunch, but I think the heron scared him. So I did get one thing at the charity shop. I got this beautiful antique print. It's really pretty. It was only $36. I also saw they had a really nice drop leaf table, which I'm still looking for. I'd found one at Marion Antiques when I shared that trip with you. And I thought about getting it, but the size wasn't quite right, so this one I measured. And this one too was only $50, which is a great price. So I just need to measure and see if that size will work better. But overall, it was a nice afternoon. I needed to do a few errands, and I thought, oh, I'm stopping at the charity shop, and I can share that with everyone for this week's video. So, okay, well, I'm going to go see if I can start editing and see what else I can get for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog, but I had to quickly grab the camera. I know I show sunsets often, but this was an exceptionally gorgeous one. Sorry about the sound, but helicopter's going over just now. But I couldn't miss how pretty not sure if it's showing up on the camera, but I was just in my studio in the main house, and I caught a glimpse of the bright pink purple sky in the clouds and how it was reflecting onto the sea. I wanted to come out and grab it. It's already starting to slip away, so hopefully it showed up. But anyway, thank you for joining me for today's vlog. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you happen to be, in whatever season you happen to be in. So until next time, remember, stay creative. Cheers.